Hey everyone, I'm David Hamilton. I'm the Kindness Czar for Psychologies magazine. I've not done a Facebook Live with Psychologies for a wee while, so what I'd like to do is just give you a really short summary of what I call the 5 side effects of kindness. And I like calling these side effects. I used to be a scientist in the pharmaceutical industry, so I worked in cardiovascular medicine, developing drugs for cardiovascular disease, also in cancer. And when you think of a side effect, you usually think of it as the negative side effect of a drug, don't you? Well, a side effect really is just something that happens alongside the thing that you're trying to do. So when you be kind, it turns out that there are 5 side effects. There are 5 things that happen alongside the thing that you're trying to do. So you're trying to be kind, you're trying to help someone. So these are the 5 things that happen as a consequence of you helping someone. So the first side effect of kindness is that kindness makes you happier. Now, I think we've all, that's a no-brainer, isn't it? I think we all are familiar with this. You help someone, you feel quite good about it, don't you? Psychologists actually call that helper's high, right? It's called helper's high. It's that high that you get, that good feeling that you get from helping someone. It's been well tested in science, so I officially call it a side effect. For example, scientists typically take a bunch of people and they ask half of them to do some acts of kindness. Now that might be over one day or it might be spread over a particular period of time. And they compare them with people who are just asked to be normal, just do what they would normally do. So you've got one group intentionally being kind, doing acts of kindness, compared with a group just being normal. And in every version of the study in science, what you find is those doing the acts of kindness end up happier than those who were just being normal. So in other words, being kind actually caused an increase in happiness. So that's the first side effect of kindness, that kindness makes you happier. The second side effect of kindness is that kindness is good for the heart. Now, I love this one. And it works in the same way, but in an equal and opposite kind of way from how stress is kind of bad for you. We all know that when you feel stressed, it's the feeling of stress that generates the physical effects of stress. So feeling stressed, and I draw your attention to the word feeling. So feeling stressed generates stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, and it is those stress hormones that lead to the negative effects of stress in the body. But when you be kind, it feels nice, doesn't it? Psychologists actually call the term, call it that good feeling, elevation. You feel elevated. Now, that could be you're feeling nice, or you feel a warmth, or even a sense of connection with the person. But whatever you particularly uniquely feel, that nice feeling generates its own hormones. But we're not generating stress hormones because we're not feeling stressed. We generate instead, I call them kindness hormones, because they're hormones associated with the feeling that being kind generates. Now, the main kindness hormone in this sense is oxytocin. Now, many people are familiar with oxytocin. It's a reproductive hormone. We know that, and it also plays a role in breastfeeding. But a very significant and important role of oxytocin is actually in maintaining the health of the cardiovascular system. In other words, your heart, your arteries, etc. And one of the ways that it does it is the kindness hormone, oxytocin, leads to an increase in the size. It leads to a dilation in the arteries, and that causes a reduction in blood pressure. So being kind actually reduces blood pressure. Now, I often refer to kindness as the opposite of stress, and this is one of the reasons why I say it is the opposite of stress, because stress increases blood pressure, so being kind reduces blood pressure, and it happens because of how being kind makes you feel, and that feeling generates these kindness hormones that happen to be very good for your heart. Another thing that happens is the kindness hormone helps to sweep the crap, or the garbage, if you will, out of your arteries. This is just things like inflammation and oxidative stress, things that can lead to cardiovascular disease. So research shows that the kindness hormone actually helps to clean all that stuff out of the arteries. So there you go, that's side effect number 2. The third side effect of kindness is kindness slows aging. Now, I bring your attention back to what I said a moment ago, that kindness is the opposite of stress in terms of how it makes you feel. Now, we all know that stress accelerates aging, so being kind, therefore, should have the opposite effect. It should slow aging. Well, scientists notice that aging isn't just one thing. It isn't just there isn't an aging organ, for example. There are a number of internal processes in the body that occur while you age. One of them, for example, is aging of the skin. So scientists looking at aging of skin cells find that a lot of the effect is down to something called oxidative stress. So that's the chemical equivalent of the feelings of stress. So it's called oxidative stress. It really generates things called free radicals. So all the face creams we take and stuff that have antioxidants in them are really anti-free radicals, or they're antioxidative stress or antioxidation. These are just different words for the same thing. So oxidative stress, oxidation caused by free radicals. Antioxidants that you get in face creams, fruits and vegetables, green juices, etc. are just anti-oxidation, so they neutralise the effect of free radicals. Now, scientists studying this oxidative stress process in skin found that the kindness hormone, i.e. the hormone produced when you be kind because of how it makes you feel, significantly slows down the process of oxidative stress inside skin cells. Isn't that amazing? I mean, I can testify this is my 92nd year of practicing regular acts of kindness. It's also my 92nd year of crap jokes. I have to apologise for that. But there you go. So it has an anti-aging effect. Now, there's actually a number of different processes of aging, but I thought I'd just introduce one to you at the moment, just as a quick intro to the overall side effects of kindness. But there are other processes. One's called inflammaging, that is inflammation, but how it causes aging. Another one is not enough nitric oxide in the body. Another one is a gradual reduction in immune function that occurs as we age. But all of these things are impacted by the physiological effects of being kind because of how it makes you feel. So that's the third side effect. The fourth side effect of kindness is kindness improves relationships. Now, this is a no-brainer. Is it not true that you tend to like people who are kind to you, don't you? We tend to like people who are nice to us, who help us, who are kind to us, who listen to us, who are supportive of us. So that's why, in the long term, you find that kindness improves relationships. Now, scientists did a really cool study, a bit like, the Big Brother house and these reality TV shows when they videotape people, celebrities and other people just interacting, and you watch all these live video footage of it. Well, scientists did a similar thing with couples, with newlywed couples, and they found that there's certain behaviours that could predict how long a relationship would last, or predict if it would last a particular length of time. For example, and you might find that one person in the relationship draws their partner's attention to something. Now, the partner would do one of two things. They will either turn towards and engage in that, what the attention's been drawn to, or they will turn away. So they'll actually physically come over, or at least show some way of engaging with their partner, or they might just turn away, they're not interested and do something else. So they turn towards or turn away. Now, scientists found that when they followed up on these couples several years later, they found that those who turned towards most of the time were still together, and those who turned away most of the time had separated. Now, there's actually real numbers and statistics, but I don't want to bore you to death with the stats and the numbers on it. But let me just say, those who turned towards most of the time were still together several years later. Those who turned away most of the time, who didn't show any interest in their partner, those relationships had broken down. So it's a kind of no-brainer, isn't it? That we kind and we're supportive of people, and they're more likely to like us and want to keep us in their lives. So that's the fourth side effect of kindness. The fifth side effect of kindness is contagious. It causes a ripple effect, or the domino effect. You push a domino and we ripple. Or it's like if you drop a pebble in a pond and it creates a wee splash and sends waves out, and at the other side of the pond, a wee lily pad does that. Now the lily pad's doing that because of the wave. So that's a bit like kindness. Kindness generates a wave. So when you be kind to someone, it makes them feel uplifted or elevated, and that feeling itself has been shown in science to cause or to improve the motivation of that person to help someone else. And it goes out to 3 social steps. So here's how it works. You help someone and that person feels grateful or satisfied or happy or elevated because you helped them. Now what happens then is they will more likely now be kind or kinder to someone else. Now that someone else is now called one social step from you or from the act that you did. That's one social step away from you. But that person who's just received an act of kindness, they will then, feeling elevated, they will be kind or kinder to someone else. And that's at 2 social steps from you. And that person will be kind or kinder to someone else at 3 social steps away from you, or 3 degrees of separation as it's called. So here's something really cool. Given the average amount of social interaction we have with each other in any one day, if you help someone, now that person feeling elevated is actually going to be kind or kinder to not just one person, but about 5 people over the course of the rest of the day, given the average amount of social interaction we have on a typical day. So in other words, you help someone, you be kind to someone, they feel elevated, that person will likely over the rest of the day be kind or kinder to 5 people. Right? You get that? So that's at 1 social step. That's at 1 social step from you. But each of those 5, feeling elevated, grateful, for example, that the person's helped them, will be kind or kinder due to the average amount of social interaction we have to 5 people. So that's 5 times 5 is 25 people are now benefiting at 2 social steps away from you. But I said it goes out to 3 social steps. So each of those 25 feeling elevated because someone's been kind to them will be kind or kinder to 5 further people. So what's 5 times 5 times 5? It's 125. So I want to put it to you that every time you do an act of kindness, even when you think it's insignificant, it doesn't really make much of a difference, you're just being yourself because you're a kind person, you're actually affecting, through that ripple effect, about 125 people. Isn't that absolutely amazing? Now, that number will be larger for some people, it will be smaller for others, and it depends on the amount of interactions that we typically have on any one day. But isn't that amazing? If ever you feel that you're not important or you're not contributing, that your acts or your way of your being doesn't make much of a difference, well, absolutely does. Every little act of kindness you do generates this ripple effect that's affecting far more people further down the line at 3 social steps than the person you actually originally just set out to help. So you're always causing this ripple effect. And imagine if you did several acts of kindness a day, then you're causing several ripple effects, infecting large numbers of people. And I'm telling you, this is actually scientific fact. This is actually what happens. So please understand, don't ever feel that you don't matter, that you're unimportant, that you're not contributing, because you really, really are. Every single time you do an act of kindness, you're always causing a ripple effect. So on that note, I wanted to leave you with a little exercise that tends to generate a lot of ripple effects. I call it my 7-day kindness challenge. Now, 7-day kindness challenge does exactly what it says in the tin. You do an act of kindness every day for how many days? 7 days. But there's a couple of ground rules that makes it a bit interesting. So the first ground rule for the 7-day kindness challenge is that you must do something different every day. Now, the reason for that is it's very easy to just do the same thing every day, and then there's no adventure, there's no excitement in it, really. You're just doing the same thing, probably for the same person. So the 7-day kindness challenge, you've got to do something different every day. That means that if you do the same thing twice, it only counts the first time. So if you make someone a cup of tea on a Monday, you can make them a cup of tea on the Wednesday or the Thursday, again, if you like, but it doesn't count on that day because you've already used that act. So it's got to be 7 different acts over the 7 days. Another ground rule is push yourself out of your comfort zone at least once. So choose at least one of your acts of kindness that isn't just safe and easy, but something that kind of stretches you a little bit, okay? And the third of the 3 ground rules is one of your acts of kindness has to be completely anonymous. So no one must ever know that such and such a thing that was done by you. No one must ever know it was you or what you actually did at that time. So there you go. The 5 side effects of kindness, finishing off with the 7-day kindness challenge. So if you've just tuned in, I'm David Hamilton and I'm the kindness czar for Psychologies magazine. So I write a little piece in the fix section every month. I also write the kindness conversation. So I interview people from time to time. We've got interviews with Lorraine Pascal, celebrity chef. We've got Nadia Hussein I did as well. And I also did one with Lady Gaga's mum, Cynthia Germanotta. That'll be coming out on the online thing, hopefully over the next wee while. So I do these wee things from time to time. If you want to check out me, I'm at drdavidhamilton.com. I've got 10 books, including the 5 side effects of kindness, how your mind can heal your body, and I also run a live monthly membership called Personal Development Club. You can see that through my website, and I do live online talks and all that kind of stuff. So there you go. Whatever you're doing, enjoy the rest of your day, and please be kind, and remember that every act of kindness you do is making a difference, because it's generating this amazing ripple effect, and you're affecting far more people positively than just the person that you set out to help. So have a great day, and I'll tune in next month. I'll be doing a Facebook Live with Psychologies every month going forward. So have a great day. Bye for now.